out a warning. I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Ooh, well, I got a hammer and I got a bell and I got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a hammer, I'd a hammer in the morning, I'd a hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd a hammer of danger, I'd a hammer of...
Testing 1 2 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 testing.
In the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Ooh, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Ooh, well, I got a hammer and I got a bell and I got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land.
Testing 1 2 testing 1 2 testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 testing 1 2 testing. Testing 1 2 testing testing. Testing 1 2 testing. Testing 1 2 testing 1 2 testing.
Just to be with you tonight, baby, if I could. But I've got my job to do, and I do it well. Oh, change my life, I guess that's how it is.
sisters all over this land. Ooh, if I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out warning, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, well, I got a hammer and I got a bell and I got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between the brothers and the sisters all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land.
I know you're frightened like everyone. Is it the thunder in the distance you fear? Will it help if I stay very near? I am here, and if you take my hand, my son, all will be well when the day is done. And if you take my hand, my son, my son, all will be well when the day is done. Day is done, the day is done. Do you ask why I'm sighing, my son? You shall inherit what mankind has done. In a world filled with sorrow and woe, if you ask me why this is so, I really don't know. And if you take my hand, my son, all will be well when the day is due. If you take my hand, my son, all will be well when the day is done. Day is done, the day is done. Tell me why you're crying, my son. I know you're frightened like everyone. Is it the thunder in the distance you fear? Will it help if I stay very near? I am here, and if you take my hand, my son, all will be well when the day is done.
Hi, it's Mark. Welcome to the Martin Luther King weekend. Oh boy, I just love black people when they get their rights back. Where is Martin Luther King today? Sheesh. Switch your channel if you don't like it. Should we read a letter from Rodney Finley? He's the volunteer fireman. Where'd he go? Rodney! Rodney, where are you? Well, we wrote a letter to Rodney Finley. We'll have to get that letter, okay, Rodney? Okay, Bubba? Not gonna be easy.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up, say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. Taxi's waiting
I just, did you know that song, Leave It on an Airplane, was banned from the radio stations? The government and the DJs didn't want to play it after September 11th. Imagine that, banning a Peter, Paul, and Mary song, Leave It on a jet plane. Imagine that. Isn't that stupid? Isn't that ridiculous? The other songs that were banned by DJs and the government said, well, you really shouldn't play this stuff. They're Coming to America by Neil Diamond. They're coming to America, hop a flight and hop a plane. Just don't crash it into the building, you insane. And I was just typing some stuff up here, and the name of the show is Human Destiny. Now, you know, if we knew where... No, hold on. If we knew... In other words, if you're taking a trip, right? You're taking a trip to Florida, say. Yeah, Florida. Taking a trip to Florida, right? You're taking a trip to Florida, right? So what do? You pack your bags, get all the stuff you need, get ready to go to Florida, right? So that's your destination, Florida, right? Your destination is Florida, right? Yeah. Their destination is Plymouth. So your destination is Florida. So you pack your bags, you get your shoes, you got your underwear all folded nice in a little compartment with your toothbrush and everything, right? Right. Okay. That's your destination, Florida. So you get on a plane, fly to Florida. Hopefully there's nobody with sneaker bombs on there. Or chicken bombs. Or bra bombs. And you get to Florida and you unpack, everything's fine and dandy. You reach your destination. Well, the name of the show is Human Destiny. If we knew where we were going, then we pack the stuff we need, right? So if you're going to Florida, like I said, you pack the stuff you needed because you knew that's where you were going, see? That's the problem with the world today and always, is that as humans, as a race, we don't know where we're going after we die, see? Human destiny is a mystery, see? Human destiny is a mystery, you see? And, you see, we can't pack for the afterlife because we don't know where we're going. So we don't really care what happens in between. So how can we be ready for everlasting eternity? And how can we get ready for that if we don't know where we're going? So that's the problem with society today, in the world today, as usual, as always. We don't know where we're going. So what the heck are we going to pack? But you know, the Egyptians, they packed all sorts of stuff. They packed the Book of the Dead, yeah. Told you what to do after you died. Yeah, after you died, they told you what to do. People say, Mark, don't talk like that. Listen, if I have insulted anybody over the years, I apologize right now. But you're not getting the point if you were insulted. Okay? And also the name of the show is Hitting Human Destiny on the Head. Hitting Human Destiny on the Head. So, let me just type some more stuff, okay? Gotta type some more stuff so I can read it to you, okay? I gotta print it on my typer, okay? I came prepared today. I know where I'm going. Do you? You know, it was a sneaker bomb. It was a sneaker bomb. It wasn't a shoe bomb. The government says to the media, hey, psst, psst, big black arm of the law. Hey, don't call it a sneaker bomb. That's too damn funny. Call it a shoe bomb. Okay? Don't tell anybody we told you to say that, okay? During the Iraqi war, there were 12 Secret Service agents that were undercover working for CNN News, unbeknownst to CNN News management. And CNN News says, we didn't know that these government officials were working at CNN during the Iraq war. And they made an official statement, CNN News, that said that when they found out about these 12 Secret Service agents that were working for CNN during the Iraqi war, CNN News came out and said, well, they did not have any effect over the war. They didn't have anything effect over. They didn't change the news one bit. They didn't change the news because there was no news, because the government won't let them in the war zone. During World War II, Edward R. Murrow went to the war zone. Dan Rather in Vietnam and Afghanistan 10 years ago. Geraldo Rivera, they go to Afghanistan, they report the war. Not today they don't, though, because the U.S. government has banned them from reporting the real news. Is this on? Is this on? Larry Flint, as much as you may hate him, the pornographer publisher of Hustler magazine, as much as you hate that guy, you gotta love him, because he's suing the federal government so that he can get reporters in Afghanistan, so he can get the real story. It was already reported anyway by a Harvard professor that 4,000 innocent women and children had died because of the war, but you can be sure it's triple, even 10 times that amount. Larry Flint, hustler, pornographer, publisher, is fighting for your darn rights, freedom of speech, to go in there when CNN News is sitting on their hands, listening to everything the government is telling them to do. Oh, don't say this and don't say that. Baloney, 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 and throw some salami in there too. And if we go up to the Brazilian cafe, we'll throw the whole buffet in. Yeah. Beans, salad, tomatoes, chickpeas. Throw those in too. Yeah, chickpeas. Nothing like black coffee in the morning. Comes from Ethiopia. They don't have any other kind of coffee in Ethiopia, it's just black. And this is Mark, and this is the Martin Luther Day King weekend. And I have a dream, oh, I have a dream that every American finally realize that the government is telling them lies from the federal level to the state level to the local level. Passing the buck. You know why they made Sacagawea dollar, the gold Indian dollar? You know why they made that Sacagawea dollar? Not for regular circulation, because who's going to deal with a gold little dollar? Sacagawea. That's the squaw Indian chief that befriended Captain Smith or John Scott or some such name after a perfect bathroom tissue America. You know why they made that Sacagawea coin? Because if they passed around a regular, old, genuine, 100% George Washington dollar, if you pass that buck, it would, as many times as the federal, state, and local governments pass it back and forth to each other, it would disintegrate. So they had to make a Sacagawea dollar. So it wouldn't disintegrate. It's metal, made out of metal. Yeah, metal. I don't need to meddle in these areas, but it's metal. I know I put myself in the middle of this mess. Well, who else is going to do it? I guess I'm just going to have to do it, I guess. That is my quest. I'll be right back. Jack, Jill, John, Laura in Kingston. Hi, Laura in Kingston. Wallpaper hanger. Yeah. And this is the Martin Luther King weekend. Hi. Puff the Magic Dragon. Isn't that a wonderful song? Puff the Magic Dragon. Well, if you have been watching my shows, which I know you all have, but if you haven't, let me refresh your memory. Puff the Magic Dragon. Wonderful song. Wonderful song. Delightful song. And Puff the Magic Dragon, you see. If you have been watching my show in the past months, you might have saw the Duxbury Forum on nuclear safety concerning terrorists and all that stuff, potassium iodide. And you probably saw Dr. Thompson, who's a nuclear engineer, physicist, world internationally known, awards and everything. And he talked about the dangers of the nuclear fuel rods in the Pilgrim plant. And he referred to those nuclear fuel rods, those dangerous radioactive fuel rods that remain dangerous and radioactive and deadly for 20,000 years. He referred to them as he said, as the industry likes to call it, the sleeping dragon. So, Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea. Don't wake up that dragon and have those nuclear fuel rods catch on fire, and then there will be no place for you and me. And this is Mark, and this is City Lights, City Streets, live from the bunker. Do you have your potassium iodide pills? Protect your thyroid gland from getting cancer. Thyroid is a very important organ in your body. They don't know much about it. It excretes certain types of chemicals, and it's a mystery to scientists today what the thyroid gland does. It's one of those mystery organ meats. Yeah, organ meats. I'm the meat man. We'll be right back. Hang in there. I gotta take some more stop. And this is the Martin Luther King weekend. Gotta take some more stop. Cry no longer. The Lord's here. He's going to give you the truth now. We're going to hammer home the truth. Yo, people, get into your little spiritual robes and going to see the God going to heal you now. The Lord's going to come. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah on this Monday Luther King weekend. Hallelujah. I have a dream. This ain't no scheme. This is a dream. And we're going to hammer it home. I got to press this button, and then we're going to get a printout, okay? Here we go. There we go. Printout. Ticky-tacky, ticky-tacky, tacky-toe. ticky, ticky, tacky, tacky, toe, tack, tack, toe, tick. Here's the printout. Ah, the printouts. Here they come, the printouts. Ah, yes, the printouts. Here they are. Tonight, 10 o'clock. Department of Public Works guys. You know, the Department of Public Works guys, you know, they're trying to get a 20-cent raise an hour. A 20-cent raise an hour. And that comes down to about $2 a day or less after taxes. And they won't give it to them? Department of Public Works in Plymouth? Any town in America? They want a 20-cent an hour raise, and they won't give it to them? Comes out to like $1.25 a day or something after taxes. $1.25 a day. Your Department of Public Works specialists, people aren't worth that? Come on, of course they are. All right, hold on. I hope I have it here for you kiddies. If I don't, we're out of luck. It was printed out and they put it in this nice folder here, yeah. Oh, it better be here. Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. I said, oh, I got a hit here. Wait a minute, hold on. See what I go through for you people? The wind and everything. All right, here we go. Maybe if I take these, this cow skin off. Yeah, take the cow skin off, yeah. I was saying on the internet that America, you deserve everything you get because you drink blood, animal blood. You are what you eat. You drink animal blood. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Sorry. What? Here we go. It's not here. It's not here. Where'd it go? Marks are kind of mad. It's a no good. She's a no good. The whole show was written down. Here it is. Oh, I just printed it out. That's right. Sorry. Oh, Rodney Finley. We did find Rodney's. We did find Rodney Finley's letter. So we'll be reading that to you. Right, Rodney? Oh, my God. Where is it? It's not here? My stuff isn't here? Ooh. Well, I'll be. My show ain't here. Didn't print out. Oh, here it is. It's printed out. Thank you. Hold on. We're getting there. Did you get your sandwiches ready? Hallelujah. Thank God for food. Thank God for Barbara Gray. Thank you, Barbara Gray. I didn't mean to insult you in any way the last time we met. I'm sorry if I did. You know how Mark is. He gets a little funny sometimes. We all do. We all have to apologize to each other. It's not a nice thing to be mean or disrespectful to anybody. I apologize to anybody. Barbara, I apologize if anybody that might have said something off color. Oh, we're going to give you the rainbow now. I printed out this stuff. There's nothing like black coffee and hot chocolate. All right, here we go. We're ready. All right? This is what I just printed out. You know John Kennedy, you know who he is. Yeah, you know the guy that splattered his brains all over Jacqueline Onassis' dress. That wasn't very nice. Sheesh. John Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That is the most misunderstood quote in history. John F. Kennedy said, John Fitzgerald Kennedy said, before he was dead, he said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. The most misunderstood quote ever in history. What it really means is that, look, we're the government, you elected us, you do our work for us. No, it doesn't work that way, no. The quote means, means that we don't do the work for government. The government is supposed to do the work for us. That's what we elected you for, you nitwits. So don't tell me, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. For crying out loud, the government is supposed to work for us. Hello? All right, here we go. Rodney, we're going to be reading your letter in a minute. All right, I got to get to some more crucial issues. We got the printout. Oh, no. Too windy. We got the printout. See the printout? Yep. Printer. All right, put that right there for now. Is that good? Is that all right with you? Now we're going to hammer some points home. If I only had a hammer. Oh, I have a hammer. Well, I have a hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. As Lord Mayor, just give me a hammer and a telephone. That's all you need. We can solve all your problems. All right, here we go. Hammer some points home. You need to put on your protective glasses. Anytime you hammer points home, you have to put on your protective glasses. And I want to thank Cynthia Brennan for giving me these glasses. Thank you, Cynthia. Now, we're all set. John F. Kennedy also said, which is a pretty apt quote for today, is that John F. Kennedy also said, the time to fix a leaky roof is when the sun is shining. John Kennedy said that. F. Kennedy. Well, that's the F word, F. Kennedy. I didn't say F. Kennedy, I said John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy. And I printed these out, and we're going to hit the nail right on the head, because I'm going to tell you, if I was elected Lord Mayor of Plymouth, Massachusetts as a write-in candidate, I'd get things done, and I'm going to show you real quick. That's what I was typing. That's printed out. Here we go. Parking garage. First of all, I would not have paid $100,000 for a study to see if we needed a parking garage. The selectmen voted to pay somebody $100,000 of your taxpayers' money, which usually comes from the real estate tax, to pay a company to see if we needed a parking garage. Common sense in government is what is needed here. If I was Lord Mayor, I would get a parking garage. I would get that parking garage built. And this is how I'd get it built. I wouldn't use taxpayers' money. I would get loans from businesses in the area. Substantial loans from businesses in the area. $10,000 from the Brazilian Cafe, maybe $15,000, $20,000 from Handlebar Harry's. And we pay it back at a high interest rate when the garage is built. So as Lord Mayor, as write-in Lord Mayor, because you need to write me in, because we don't need any, going to the State House, getting all the papers, filling out the financial reports, and all that gerrymandering red tape. You need to write me in as mayor, and we will get a garage built by the monies that were loaned by businesses in Plymouth, and we would give them back their revenue at a high interest rate once the garage is built. So you give them a 10% interest rate back when the garage is built, and they'll be happy as anything. We have to hammer these points home. We have to hammer these points home. Because Plymouth is on the verge of financial collapse. They're not telling you that, but we have to hammer these points home. The homeowner is paying way too many real estate taxes. There are some cases where it's triple in the last 4 years. And we have to stop that. It is time we the people get equitable treatment from overzealous real estate tax raising bureaucrats whose own real estate taxes, by the way, are mysteriously lower than the average taxpayer. It is time to bring representation back to the people. A government by the people and for the people. This concept is not rocket scientists, folks. It's plain old common sense. So let me just hammer that home. You get a garage built by businesses that donate them, that loan us the money, and you give them a high percentage back, 10% back once the garage is built. And that solves that problem. Once you'll be making money hand over fist with the garage, and it would boost businesses, etc. This isn't rocket science. It's too long has real estate taxes been too high for the common people in Plymouth, Massachusetts, or any town in America. And the overzealous bureaucrats that vote in higher real estate taxes are the culprits. But yet their real estate taxes are mysteriously low. Isn't that funny? We have to hammer that home. We have to hammer that point home. So we got a parking garage paid for by the businesses in the area, and we give them back the monies at a 10% loan profit, and everyone wins. No more real estate taxes, and no more bureaucratic, overzealous real estate raising selectmen whose real estate taxes are mysteriously low. We have to nail this down and get rid of that. Nail. Concerning the stockpiling of potassium iodide in schools, the federal government and the Food and Drug Administration said it would supply the whole town of Plymouth, Massachusetts, or any town in America with potassium iodide for free. You know what that is, potassium iodide. This much needed radiation blocker medicine is crucial to any evacuation plan. Evacuation, yes, but potassium iodide, yes, yes, yes. And what has happened in Plymouth, Massachusetts for the last 4 years? Selectmen have dragged their feet on this issue, gave misinformation about potassium iodide. Even a selectman who was a professional medical doctor and who was a radiologist at Jordan Hospital was misinforming the public. A medical doctor radiologist was misinforming the public, and the selectmen were debating whether or not to get potassium iodide for the people of Plymouth. Countless hours of debate. And then there was a nuclear threat. Then there was a nuclear attack on the World Trade Towers. And then the selectmen all came out of their skins and told the truth. They had to tell the truth because the world is watching now. Not just America. The world is watching the truth now. After countless hours of debate and the threat of a nuclear attack, the outcry for potassium iodide, the truth finally came out. The federal government had passed the buck to the state government, saying that if you want potassium iodide in your town, you have to request it. The state government passed the buck. You know, it's that Sacagawea dollar, that metal. Because if they passed the George Washington 100% dollar, it would have been disintegrated by now. So many times handling that dollar back and forth. More so than horny guys at a striptease club. So the state government, the federal government passed it off to the state government. The state government passed it off to local officials. The local health official, Richard O'Keefe, who was supposed to protect the health and safety of the public, passed it off to the selectmen. The selectmen debated it for the last 4 years. In those wishy-washy, jellyfish backbone selectmen passed it off to the school committee. The school committee, who has nothing to do with public health and safety, said that they are not going to stockpile potassium iodide, the life-saving radiation blocker, because of some lame-brain excuse that there's too much paperwork. That's hogwash. As Lord Mayor, I would never have allowed that to happen, to pass the buck to the health inspector, to the selectmen, to the school committee. As Lord Mayor in Plymouth, Massachusetts, I would take the federal government's Food and Drug Administration's recommendations after years of study that yes, potassium iodide should be stockpiled in the schools, and I would not leave it up to age-old school health committee members, who, by the way, there is a doctor on board. Potassium iodide is a harmless pill. It affects 2 people in 25 million with a rash. We know this, that it protects the thyroid gland from cancer in case of a nuclear attack, as proven from the case history study of the accident in Chernobyl in 1986. We are still seeing huge increases in thyroid cancer to the people of Chernobyl. Even to this day, the people who did not take potassium iodide, according to the Journal of American Medical Association, are getting cancer today. So as Lord Mayor, especially when it comes to following the federal government's recommendations to stockpile potassium iodide in the schools, I would not pass it off. I would get potassium iodide for the health and safety of the people of Plymouth, Massachusetts, or any town in America. The reason why the dollar, the Sacagawea dollar, the metal coin, the reason why that was minted, because if federal, state, and local governments had passed the paper dollar buck, it would have disintegrated by now. That's why they made the Sacagawea coin, because you cannot disintegrate metal. And I'll be back. I'm gonna check the battery. Hang in there. So, Richard O'Keefe, health inspector, he's supposed to uphold the safety and health of the public. And so he is ignoring the federal recommendations from the Food and Drug Administration that we should stockpile potassium iodide in the schools, and he doesn't do it. He passes the buck. It's that Sacagawea dollar buck, you know, because the other one will disintegrate. As Lord Mayor, as write-in Lord Mayor, we need to listen to our own federal institutions when they spend years studying these public health concerns and follow through immediately by implementing their scientific conclusions and not to drag our feet. We need to use organizations and institutions to help us in the road through life and stop putting detours in front of crucial matters. As your writing candidate as Lord Mayor of Plymouth, I would hammer these points home. And that's a done deal. We need to nail these issues down. We have to nail them down. Nail them down. Stop gerrymandering around. Stop sitting on your hands, selectmen. Public health officials are supposed to protect the public health and safety of the Plymouth public in any town in America. As Lord Mayor of Plymouth, you will not have the same gerrymandering around. We will get to the point. We will hit the nail right on the head. We have to have common sense. You have to hit the nail on the head on these issues. Because the lack of knowledge, the lack of leadership is not a good thing. Because Richard O'Keefe doesn't want to step on anybody's toes. He said to me many times, he doesn't want to do the public's good because he doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, he said. And I say, you have to step on people's toes to get the public good. That's why I'm wearing these glasses. It's a preventative measure. I had a friend who was a carpenter, and he put his eye out with one of those nail guns. He put his eye out, and then he says, and then the next few months later, after his recovery from being almost dead because the nail went right through his eye, almost into his brain. He comes in, I say, hey, John. Hi, John. He's got a patch over his eye and stuff, you know, because his eye's gone. And he was waiting for his glass eye to come in, you know, glass eye. And I saw him, and you know, about a couple of months later, and he had these safety glasses on like this. See? And I said, John, what are you wearing safety glasses for? You never wore them before. And he said, well, Mark, since I lost my eye, I wear them all the time now. Well, you stupid idiot. The reason why they make these darn things is to prevent an accident from the beginning. That's why you need to have potassium iodide in the stool stockpiled according to the federal regulations recommendations before something happens. Remember John F. Kennedy's quote, fix the roof on a sunny day. That's when you need to fix a roof. That's why they have these safety glasses. Is this clear enough for you? Christ, crying out loud. All right, next issue. Have to hammer these points home. I printed these earlier. I can't type anymore because after hitting the nail on the head so many times, well, let's go on. All right, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry. I got more keyboards at home. I just wish that the selectmen and local officials had more brains at home. You have to hammer certain issues home. You have to hit the nail right on the head. If I had a hammer. Here's the hammer. Let's call that the nail. You have to hit it right on the head. The problem here is, obviously, the nearsightedness of the selectmen and local town officials, town meeting members, their lack of understanding, except John Martini and a couple others. Hey, John, hope your back's better. He had he was always extenuating himself, picking up leaves and stuff. But, everybody gets a back pain every now and then. But anyway, when it comes to these crucial issues of human safety, we need to act and act right away, especially when the federal government tells you to. The nearsightedness of the town selectmen and the town manager and the rest of the local officials elected and appointed, their nearsightedness on crucial issues such as going to get us this nearsightedness on crucial issues are going to get us in trouble one way or the other. And since they are so nearsighted for not being able to hit the nail on the head, maybe they need a bigger nail. They need common sense. The next issue that should be of utmost concern is the nuclear fuel rods that are being stored in a water pool at the Pilgrim plant. All the parking garages that are to be built in Plymouth, all the higher real estate taxes that the people have to bear are secondary when it comes to getting these highly dangerous and deadly volatile fuel rods out of Plymouth. Now let me ask you a simple question. Well, we don't need these on because we're not going to hammer anymore. One more time. There you go. One more time. There you go. We're hitting the nail on the head here. We don't need these now. There's a time and place for everything. We don't need them now. And we're getting clouds over here, so it's going to get dark. Oh, it's going to get much darker if you don't get these nuclear fuel rods out of here. Just bear with me. The words are more important than my beautiful face. Look at the sun. It's going to get dark soon. All the parking garages, all the high real estate taxes, all the open space doesn't mean a darn unless you get the nuclear deadly volatile fuel rods out of Plymouth. And don't believe any newspaper articles that say, well, Senator Muffy she's gonna take care of Muff and she's gonna just Muffy us all out and she's gonna say, everything's fine, don't worry about it. I'm Senator Muffy. Just because I said we're gonna get them out of here, they're gonna get out of here. No, they're not. Don't believe a word of it until it happens, unless we need to do it. Let me just fix this. Hold on. Dark cloud. Ooh, it's dark. We'll be right back. Battery's gone. We'll be right back. Hold on. Light City Streets is a Martin Luther Day weekend. Listen, you're going to have to put up with the lighting, okay? Just listen to the words, more important. Okay, you're going to have to put up with this, sorry. It's not easy doing this outside all the time in the freezing cold for you people. The utmost concern is to get the nuclear fuel rods out of Plymouth. Let me ask you a question. This is a simple question. What if an elevator was designed for 10 people and you put 30 people in the elevator? What would happen? That's a simple question, isn't it? What if you had an elevator that was designed for 10 people and you put 30 people in there? What would happen? The nuclear fuel rods are stored at the Pilgrim plant in a cooling pool that was designed to hold 860 nuclear fuel rods. They were designed to hold 860 fuel rods. But what if you put another 2,040 fuel rods in there? What's going to happen when you pack something in high density like that? What do you think's going to happen? Common sense tells us we need to get rid of the nuclear fuel rods. The Pilgrim plant generated that waste. They own that waste. It's their byproduct, not ours. somehow in America we allow big business to make their problems our problem, when in fact they created the nuclear waste. It's their byproduct. It's their problem. They need to pay for it. Just as cow farmers have a problem with getting rid of cow waste. Tons and tons of cow dung are produced each year. That's not our problem. That's the farmer's problem. The cows generate that stuff, and the cow owners are responsible for getting rid of it. Likewise, the nuclear power plant created that radioactive crap, and like the cow rancher, they need to get rid of it at their cost. It's not our cost. It's their problem. If I was elected Lord Mayor write-in candidate, I would make that the top priority to get the radioactive fuel rods out of here. I would travel to Washington, D.C. myself as Lord Mayor and knock on the White House door demanding that the president talk to me about this crucial issue of human safety and survival. I would not leave until I got a concrete answer and some action. And more important than saying that the fuel rods are going to be out here in the year 2010. Well, we can't wait that long, because you know it ain't going to happen. We, the taxpayer, has already paid the federal government $1.5 billion to get that stuff removed. And we no longer believe that there's going to be any action will ever be taken. And if we, the American people, pay for something, then we want it. If you pay for something in America and you don't get it, that's fraud. Supposedly, this is the land of the free. But I got news for you, America and Plymouth residents. Frankly, we the public should not have to pay for a byproduct that industry produces. We are neither shareholders on the board of directors. We are not employees of the Pilgrim plant. We do not own the facility, so we should not have to pay for their deadly byproduct waste. The bottom line is, when the Pilgrim plant closes its doors for good, someone will still have to monitor the radioactive cooling pool after energy companies have deserted us, leaving us with deadly radioactive waste byproduct that they produced, they own, only for us to have to pay someone to monitor it 24 hours a day and take care of it until God knows when. As Lord Mayor write-in candidate, I would get state health officials, federal health officials, and local health officials to demand that Energy Corps remove this radioactive waste that they created and get it out of here immediately. Or put it in dry storage facility immediately to make the volatile radioactive fuel rods more stable, according to Dr. Thompson, nuclear physicist international. Common sense. We have to drive these points home. We have to hit the nail on the head. Or else you're waiting for a disaster to happen. If an accident should occur, Plymouth would be a ghost town and the surrounding towns for 25 years or more. Mass population relocation would occur around a 1,000-mile radius. This is a serious matter, folks. And if you continue to listen to nuclear power public relations spokespeople and uninformed doctor radiologist selectmen, then that's your bed, and you made it, and you're going to have to sleep in it. And frankly, the idea of sleeping in someone else's misguided, good-intentioned, yet mindless foot-dragging politicians is a bedfellow we can clearly do without. elect me, Lord Mayor, as a write-in candidate, give me a hammer. We'll nail the point home. We'll bring democracy back to the people. A government by the people and for the people. We must bring back the sanity to a society that has gone insane. We must wrestle back our rights and get our inalienable rights back of freedom, representation by the people, and the pursuit of equality, happiness, prosperity, and peace. Whoa, didn't put my glasses on. That could have been dangerous. You need to write me in as Lord Mayor so we can bring government back to the hands of the people and get back our rights, our inalienable rights of freedom, representation by the people, and the pursuit of equality, happiness, prosperity, and peace. Next. So obviously we need a Lord Mayor of common sense. But let us get off that matter for a moment and get on to something like eating. Yeah, eating. Yeah. I don't think I need to. Let's get off into something like eating. Hold on. Be right back. Hi, it's me. Hi. Let's get back onto something like eating. Yeah, submarine sandwiches. I love submarine sandwiches, don't you? I could have one right now. Maybe go to Paulie's Deli and get one. Oh, it'll be so good. I smell some fish. They might be cooking a whole whale at the winter vein right over here. You never know. Or the East Bay Grill. That's what I smell, yeah. Anyway. I could go for a submarine sandwich right now, couldn't you? Hoagie's, Hero sandwiches. I love those delis, don't you? But what I don't love is when the sandwich maker is also the cashier. You know the sandwich maker makes you a great sandwich and then stops in the middle and then cashes out another person's order. Taking a dirty, I'll put these on now. Oh, the sun, it's gonna go back out again. I'm gonna fade in, fade out, fade in. But hey, I don't have a camera person, I do it all myself, so hang in there. I love going to those delis, and they make you a great sandwich, yeah. I got my glasses on, you know what that means, right? Yep, it's coming up, hold on. It's a good one, it's a wham bang, thank you man, over and over and over again. All right, here we go. So you go into the sandwich shop, you know, see, and they're making this wonderful sandwich. Oh, it's so good. I love sandwiches. And then the sandwich maker's making a sandwich and put the hamburger in there, put the meat in there, put the cheese in there, put the pickles in there, put the mustard in there. Oh, another person comes up to the register. Oh, I want to cash out now. They say, okay, well, give me your money. They take the money, take the $5. Oh, here's the money, blah, blah. And then they take the money from the people, you know, and the $5 bill looks so gross. You don't know where it's been, right? And they cash out the money and stuff, and then they go right back to your sandwich. Okay, well, oh, you wanted a pickle on there too? Okay. And they go right into the pickle bin and they don't even wash their hands. My grandmother always told me, don't put the money in your mouth. You never know where it's going to be. But that's exactly what you're doing, is that when a sandwich maker is making a sandwich and then he takes someone's money, honey, it sounds funny, I know. But we're no dummies. The health inspector should crack down on this practice, making a separation between cashier and food maker. You know, you wouldn't handle money at your own house, would you? And then go make a sandwich and eat it? Of course not. So the local health inspector needs to get in on this. No more sandwich making and handling money. You're either a cashier or you're a sandwich maker. Otherwise, just take a $5 bill from some striptease G-string and put it in a roll and eat it. Shush! Abe Lincoln never tasted so good. So, the bottom line there is, the local health inspector of any town in America, well, we happen to have Richard O'Keefe. The don't step on anybody's toes, Richard O'Keefe. He needs to go into every restaurant and mandate that cashiers should not make sandwiches and take money. That's a no-brainer. All right, next. Gotta hammer that boy home. That boy ain't all there. And what about bartenders that do the same thing? They take money and then they squeeze a lime in your drink right after they took a $10 bill. Jefferson on that $10 bill is cringy going, oh no, we never meant for our nation to be that way, now did we? And what about ice cream shops? Friendly, call it unfriendly if you will. They make an ice cream cone, here's your cone, give me the money. All the grunge that came from a sticking nickel goes right back in the cone when they're scooping up a double scoop of chocolate chip, mint chip. You need to nail these health issues down. And what about doctors? Medical doctors. Medical doctors. They put that thing in your ear. That they look in your ear canal with this lighted thing. And then they say, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the other patient and stick that same thing in that patient's ear without disinfecting it. Enough is enough. I go into a local pediatrician's office over here. Hold on. Uh-oh. Not easy, folks. Hang in there. If you go into any hospital bathroom or any pediatrician's office, you go into the bathroom and they have that half donut toilet seat. Well, it's a known fact that when you flush a toilet, all the spray comes out unless the cover's down. So when you go into a health facility and you go in the bathroom and they don't have a top to put down on the toilet seat, when you flush, all the spray from the toilet and stuff is spreading all over the bathroom in a 10-foot area. That's a fact. And why is that allowed to go on? Idiocy, common sense. Where's the health inspector on that? Nailed. Get toilet seat covers on there. You may think that's funny, but it ain't funny if you go into the bathroom and someone who is sicker than you goes in there and flushes, and then it sprays all over the towels, and you wipe your face on a towel, or you breathe that in. That's not a good thing. Nailed. Get toilet seat covers on the goddamn things. What about supermarket cashiers that lick their fingers and give you the money? Well, ain't nothing you can do about that, though. Hit him in the head with a hammer. That'll work. All right. Enough screaming and yelling for one day. Now we go.
You know you're frightened like everyone. Is it the thunder in the distance you fear? Will it help if I stay very near? I am here, and if you take my hand, my son, all will be well when the day is done.
Oh, Rodney Finley, here we go. All right. Well, there's this guy, his name is Rodney Finley, and he's a volunteer fireman. And he objected to being cut by the selectmen. $3,500 cut, $3,500 cut for 11 firemen that are volunteer firemen. We need volunteer firemen, and that's a good thing. Seagull crap all over me. Hi, Rodney Finley. He said he's going to watch my show. I said to him, I was at the coffee shop the other night at Espresso Cafe at 755 Manament Road. I mean, State Road. And we were doing the Irish thing there. And he says to me, he says to me, Mark, if you mention me on your show, I'll watch your show. I said, do I have to mention you, Rodney, to watch my show? Get with the program, man. That's all right. I got seagull crap all over my stuff. Ugh. Gosh. All right. This is Rodney Finley's. See, he's a fireman in the town of Plymouth, a volunteer fireman, and they had cut his position, which was $3,500 that they paid these 11 firefighters, which is approximately $300 a piece a year, which comes down to $6 a week. They cut these volunteer firemen. And he called me, he was very concerned about this. And I told him, I thought about it for a week, and then I called him back and I said, you know what you should do? You should go to the selectmen's meeting and raise this issue. You should say, we as volunteer firemen will be trained by the state for free, like 216 other towns and municipalities in Massachusetts are trained for free by the state. We will train free for the state, and we will give up our small volunteer fee of $6 a week and do it for free. And then I told Rodney Finley to say to the selectmen, Mr. Tavares and the rest of the board, are you willing to give up part of your salary to put police officers on darkened streets, which your budget has cut? Are you willing to take a salary cut for the good of the public's health and safety so that you can put police officers on darkened streets in which you cut in the budget? I told them to say that. Put it in their hands. Say that you're willing to do volunteer firework for free, because it's only a stipend anyway, $6 a week. But instead, this is what he did. But I wrote him a letter. Just a letter. I do this for free. I've done 700 hours of public service for free, bringing you information about potassium iodide 4 years ago, by the way. And telling you, coming to conclusions and realities and hammering the nail home. Now one more. Kind of fun. So I wrote this letter to Rodney Finley. The bottom line, I saved myself 34 cents by saying it now. Okay, thank you. The bottom line is, Dear Rodney Finley, January 12, 2002. Dear Rodney Finley, the bottom line is that you try to do something nice for the public to save the money, and what happens? You go in front of the selectmen's board, and the selectman reprimands you and says that they have already discussed the matter of volunteer firemen, and he is going to limit your words to 5 minutes. Then the local newspaper writes a story, and the local newspaper reporter misquotes you by writing that the volunteer firemen get paid $35,000 a year for 11 firefighters, when in fact it's only $3,500. My point being that the local newspaper is on the side of Plymouth leaders, and always has been, and they always do misquote the amount. They always are in favor of the selectmen and school board and school committee and health officials. What the hell's wrong with America? Reporters are on the same bed as local officials. Get real, reporters. You're not a reporter. So they misquote $3,500 to be paid to 11 volunteer firemen, $6 a week, and they misquoted as $35,000. And Wes Ennis, the photographer for the Old Colony Memorial said to me, I said to him, tell your reporters that they should stop misquoting such figures. He says, Mark, it's only a decimal point. And I said to him, no, it isn't a decimal point. It's a decimal point and a comma. $35,000 and $3,500. This is not the first time, I said to Rodney Finley in a letter to volunteer firemen. This is not the first time such misinformation has been reported in the Old Colony Memorial. I said to him, if you had followed my plan, which was to say you were willing to take the job of volunteer fireman for free, and then ask the selectmen to do the same and cut their salary to put police on darkened streets, which their budget had cut, then you would have put them on the right track of public service, and the newspaper article would have reflected that you were the hero for public good. Instead, the reporter made you out to be a greedy public servant. In fact, I know you care about the public, but that is not how it came across in the newspaper. And I said to him in final, I said, Randy, we as the public cannot and will not be intimidated by guys in blue suits. And until you realize this, it's going to be the same politics as usual. Regards. Good luck, Mark. You happy now? Ah, that seagull crap is everywhere. I can't believe that. We have come to a new age of reason. After September 11th, we have come to a new age of reason. I have been talking to you people for 4 years now. 700 hours of original programming written by me. That's 1,450,000 words. And the amount of times I swore was numbered 200 or less. So out of 1,450,000 words, I swore only 200 times. If you, the average person, in the course of your lifetime, can even speak 1,450,000 words, I would easily say you would have to have sworn at least 200 times or more. My point being, just because I am on TV does not excuse you from using that same language and then turn around and reprimand me for doing it. Welcome to Martin Luther King weekend. I have come to another crossroad in my life, in the search for the meaning of life. And at that crossroad, I had 4 choices to direct my next course of life's adventure in the search for the meaning of life. The crossroad that is before me now is quite disturbing, yet very obvious. These crossroads of 4 different and distinct paths, 4 different distinct roadways have been traveled by many in the search for the meaning of life. However, the true correct path is far less traveled. On this day of Martin Luther King weekend 2002, I have come to the 4 crossroads of life, and they are clearly marked. One road is marked illogic. The other road is marked irrational. The third road is marked common and uncommon sense. And the 4th road is marked the road to reason and truth. Of course, if I went down the road marked irrational and illogical thought, then I would encounter irrationality throughout my future journey in the search for the meaning of life. So I look at these crossroads and try to make the right decision. The second road, named rational thought, I would be traveling down a road of rationality, learning only rational thought, and I would never encounter or be affected by abstract thought or the meaning of symbolism, because everything would have to be measured in some concrete form or another. But at least traveling down that road of rationality, I would eventually come to another crossroad of choice. However, in the crossroads of life, the whole idea of finding the meaning of life as soon as possible is to pick the least and best of those crossroads. In other words, think wisely before choosing a path, because the unwise person will never find the meaning of life because they were too busy traversing paths that were needless and should have been left in the past. Now, if I were to take the path of common and uncommon sense, I may again never find the meaning of life, because at every curve I would encounter an uncommon common sense that would satisfy my curiosity, however, still would lead me closer, would not lead me closer to the meaning of life. And I would die before I learned the meaning of life. The fourth and last roadway of the crossroads in the search for the meaning of life is called the road of reason and truth. Of course, the wise man would pick the road to reason and truth, because on the road to reason and truth, one would encounter detours of illogic, detours of irrationality, and rationality, and yet still one would still be on the road to reason and truth, although crossing over getting cold out here. The battery died. Hold on. Whoa, is it cold? The fourth and last roadway was the crossroads of in search for the meaning of life is called the road of reason and truth. Although we come to junctures of common and uncommon sense. So on this precipice of a new beginning, I will choose the road of reason and truth. And as I take my first step on this holy road of reason and truth, a truth comes to me immediately. Why do I smoke cigars? Something that the Environmental Protection Agency has classified as poisonous. Something that the Environmental Agency has classified as poisonous as benzene, a deadly known carcinogen. I've come to those crossroads and understandings on my first step on the road to truth and reason, and realize that cigarettes and tobacco products are bad, and I've stopped smoking cigars. Tobacco companies have known for years that tobacco products were poisonous, and they knowingly poisoned people with this deadly product for too long. And politicians for almost a century have been paid off by tobacco companies, killing 1,000 people a day and maiming hundreds and thousands of more to go throughout their life with lungs removed, cancerous kidneys, cancerous mouths, tongues, eyes, palates, and jawbones removed. To have to live with these surgical body parts extricated is a fate some say is worse than death, having to walk around in public without a jawbone. or have your face removed because of cancerous tumors from tobacco products. All caused by a federally regulated poison, tobacco. All caused by a federally regulated poison, tobacco. So right now, my first step on the road of reason and truth, I today, as of the January, as in the Martin Luther King January weekend, 2002, I will give up tobacco products. I will stop poisoning my sacred body that destroys and stop destroying the very essence that makes up life, our sacred human anatomy. On my second step on the path of reason and truth, I have stopped drinking alcohol because the ill health problems linked to alcohol consumption far outweigh any so-called health benefits. One day people will follow me down this same road of reason and truth, and it will be finally uncovered that the alcohol companies are the same as the lying, corrupt, killer tobacco companies. In essence, hiding the medical truths about the addicting properties of alcohol and the medical truths that indeed alcohol products cause, the medical diseases that alcohol causes, such as ill effects of mouth cancer, throat cancer, trachea cancer, stomach cancer, tongue cancer, gum cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer, brain tumors, heart disease, and more, and more, and more. I read in the Journal of American Medical Association, the JAMA, Journal of American Medical Association. 10,000 doctors prescribe to this medical journal magazine. And there are studies that say that women are more at risk at breast cancer if they have 2 drinks a day. However, they do say that it is inconclusive evidence. However, they suggest you read 250 studies and articles concerning the health risks of alcohol and breast cancer. 250 studies conclude that there is a link between alcohol consumption and breast cancer. 2 drinks a day. 60% of the women that have breast cancer drink 2 drinks a day. On this road of truth and reason, it's a far less traveled path of reason and truth. One must put aside the euphoric feelings that poisonous products such as alcohol and tobacco give the human body. We must listen to reason that poisonous products that are sold in a society, in a free society, is a society that is not free at all. Because by allowing addicting, deadly substances to be sold to the masses, to be sold in a free society, eventually we all pay the price. That price is in death. That price is in innocent children dying, involved in drunk driving accidents. The price is paid when underage drinkers drown themselves in alcohol. The price is paid by the hundreds of thousands that die 20 years earlier than their natural life expectancy. With alcohol, we will pay the price. We will pay the price when nuclear power plant operators, technicians, or anyone in the position of protecting the health and safety of the public has a little too much to drink and there is an accident. Even the President of the United States of America should abstain from alcohol, a mood-changing, deadly product that impairs physical and mental capacity. Do you want a president in the most powerfulest nation in the world to have impaired mental ability? Do you? Of course not. That would be my second personal choice of course of action is to abstain from alcohol on this road of reason and truth. And the President of the United States should abstain from drinking alcohol and mandate all elected officials, federal, state, and local, to abstain from alcohol on the basis that alcohol impairs brain function, and in particular, the reason and logical brain waves. We must not have reasoning encumbered by electoral incumbents, where their electronic brain synapses need to connect properly with the logical conclusions, rather than to imbibe in alcohol, short-circuiting the brain synapses as snap, crackle, and pop that leads to illogical conclusions bordering on alcoholic delusions. Already. Hold out here. Thank you. Already, only after 2 steps down the road of reason and truth, I have come to many conclusions. My third step down the road of reason and truth into my eventual destination of finding the meaning of life. I already feel that my body is trying to recover from treating my holy body as a waste dump, and now start treating my body as a living, holy shrine that it was meant and created to be. And in my quest for the meaning of life, my third step down the road of reason and truth is the revelation that I should only eat organic, natural foods and avoid all foods that are fortified with cancer-causing, man-made preservatives. In the search of the meaning of life, we have already learned 50 years ago that food scientists have conclusively linked food preservatives to many types of cancers. How can anyone ignore the scientific reality, the research that was done 50 years ago, that food preservative studies have shown, proven without a shadow of a doubt, that food preservatives do cause cancer and should be avoided at all costs if one is to live a healthy life, to live to be healthy for their entire life and living up to their full life expectancy. This crucial scientific truth of reason that food preservatives cause cancer, and to be pushed aside as some worthless, useless scientific discovery, is in itself a delusion of the utmost magnitude of the inability of the masses to assimilate useful scientific knowledge into their minds and keep it there for a long period of time. Instead, the masses put useful, life-saving information in their short-term memory bank, where it is easily displaced by a commercial broadcast of the new and improved Twinkie cake or some other preservative-laced food that is neither nutritional, healthy, or beneficial to the human living organism we call people. At present, preservative-laced foods are on the same unhealthy list as tobacco, alcohol, and drugs. Over-the-counter drugs as well. So my third step down the road of reason and truth in the search for the meaning of life is to keep the 50-year-old scientific discoveries that in fact most food preservatives cause ill health and cancer, and to retain this information, this healthy, good information, is good on the path to the meaning of life. To betray and to not listen to this information and to betray yourself on the road of reason and truth, that would put one at a dead end and a U-turn back to the four crossroads of time from whence you began, wasting valuable time and energy of your life and getting set back in your journey to discover the meaning of life in a timely manner. My fourth step down the road of reason and truth is to understand what 1 billion citizens of India have learned, and that practice and that has been practiced for thousands of years, and that animals should not be slaughtered and eaten. Because animals have the same spiritual rights as people in this kingdom of God. The cow is holy because one can feed thousands and thousands of more people by the sacred milk of the cow rather than eating its meat. All animals have the same spiritual rights of freedom to live on this holy planet Earth we call the Garden of Eden. And so that all animals should live a natural, lifelong life existence to be loved and cared for, and we should benefit from the cow's milk and not its meat. To kill a cow and eat it is a sacrilege in God's eyes that will be punished by eternal damnation. Eternal damnation to the Chinese people who eat dogs. Eternal damnation for eating Dalmatians. Burger King. Murder King. Anyway, the meat of animals clog your arteries, stop the beating of your healthy heart, and cause stomach cancer and colon cancer. Eat the milk of the cow. Make it into cheese, please. Slaughtering the holy cow is not the answer, unless you want to die early with colon cancer. Treat animals as if they were the sacred lambs of God. And after finding the meaning of life in that answer, you will rise to heaven without developing a cancer. On my fifth step on the path of reason and truth, I have realized the single most important aspect of human survival is the strict practice of preserving air, water, land, food, animals, and people. All other political, cultural, social, economic pursuits are all in vain unless we encompass the preservation of air, water, land, food, animals, and people. And on that note, it's too cold, and see me next week, and we're going to be here, and it's going to be good, and watch for us. And if you want to write me at Mark at P.O. Box 1503, man, I'm at Massachusetts 02345, and I got to go. Bye. Cold. Enough is enough. And this is City Lights, City Streets. If you want to contact me, write P.O. Box 1503, man, I'm at Massachusetts, and write me in as mayor, Lord-elect mayor, and we'll do the people's work. We'll call up every voter and ask them what they think. Telemarketing, the wave of the future.
Many times I've played. All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. Hate to wake you up, say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking, it's early morn. Taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome, I could cry. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. There's so many times I've let you down. So many times I've played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I think of you. Every song I sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me. Tell to go. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you, then close your eyes. I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come. I won't have to leave alone. About the time I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. The magic dragon lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist.
You get hit in the head. The selectmen get hit in the head. The politician get hit in the head.
If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Oh, well, I got a hammer and I got a bell and I got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between the brothers and the sisters all over this land. It's the hammer of justice. Tell me why you're crying, my son. I know you're frightened like everyone. Is it the thunder in the distance you fear? Will it help if I stay very near? I am here.
Well, it don't make no difference just as long as it's good meat. A meat man's got no preference if it's done on a rare elite. It don't have to be U.S. The government approve of stamps and a grade A seal. Just as long as it's just good meat, the killer's gonna damn sure get his fill. Well, I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. I got jaws like a bear trap, teeth like a red man, a maytag tongue with a sensitive taste. I was born in Texas, the land of beef. Give it to me, honey, 'cause the short hack meat is the meat man. I'm the meat man. Oh, I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. Yeah.
And this is Mike, and this is City Lights, City Streets. And we're bringing it to you fresh off the city streets. And this is the Meat Man.
I've been down to Macon, Georgia, ate the buzz off of Georgia Beach. Well, I plucked the chicken in Memphis, mama, I still got feathers in my teeth. Ate a pound of pork in Huntsville from a fine Alabama home. Ate a charcoal steak in Dallas, fed the bone to a Louisiana dog. I'm the meat man.
Whoa, Meat Man!
I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. You listen to me.
I'm the Meat Man!
Well, it don't make no difference just as long as it's good meat. A meat man's got no preference if it's done on a rare elite. They don't have to be U.S. The government approve of stamps and a grade A seal. Just as long as it's just good meat, the killer's gonna damn sure get his fill. Well, I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. Oh, I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. I got jaws like a bear trap, teeth like a red man, a maytag tongue with a sensitive taste. I was born in Texas, the land of beef. Give it to me, honey, 'cause the short hack meat is the meat man. I'm the meat man. Oh, I'm the meat man. I'm the meat man. Yeah. Meat man, you matter.
Yeah! And we're here at the studio here, and we're gonna go right up. And we'll be right back. And this is Mike, and we're gonna go right in now. Whoa!
Here we are, Back TV.
Hi. Sorry.
Okay. Dan's still cleaning up in there.
Okay.
Said he could try it.
Point it at me. That's right. We're bringing it to you. We're bringing it to you. Well, I'm the Meat Man. All right, we're gonna do this right up, and this is Mark, and just keep watching for us. Okay, bye.
I don't know if I had you in there the whole time.
That's okay. Oh, they're doing it.